A very funny trend has been happening over the last couple weeks. Liberal judges who are appointed to lifetime appointments on the federal bench have decided to rescind their pending retirements and instead just stay on the bench. And part of the reason that several judges have decided to do this, not all of them, but several of them have decided to do it because Republicans in the Senate are not letting President Biden get through his last-minute judicial appointments to replace these retiring judges. Instead, Republicans have blocked Biden from being able to do his presidential duty, and now they're all crying like little bitty babies because these Democratic judges have decided, then you know what? If you're not going to let the President of the United States replace me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit my butt right on this bench for the next 4 years just to spite you and Donald Trump so that you cannot steal this seat. Turnabout's fair play, right? And we all know that Mitch McConnell not only robbed President Obama of a Supreme Court appointment, he then broke his own rule 4 years later to allow Donald Trump to put Amy Coney Barrett on that bench instead of after Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. So Mitch McConnell has basically screwed Democrats out of 2 Supreme Court seats. And now these same Republicans are getting upset because some lower court judges are like, you know what? I'm not retiring because you're blocking my replacement. Here is what Republican Tom Tillis, who is going to be the Senate Majority Leader in this upcoming Senate, here's what he had to say during his little pants-wetting bitch session. Judge Wynn's brazenly partisan decision to rescind his retirement is an unprecedented move that demonstrates some judges are nothing more than politicians in robes. Judge Wynn clearly takes issue with the fact that Donald Trump was just elected president, and this decision is a slap in the face to the U.S. Senate, which came to a bipartisan agreement to hold off on confirming his replacement till the next Congress is sworn in January. Actually, no. There was not a bipartisan agreement, asshole. What happened is that you had a bipartisan agreement to allow the confirmations to go forward. Okay, y'all broke it. And then you got mad that the judges who were going to be replaced said, no, then I'm not going to retire. Which, by the way, they have the legal right to do that. They've got these appointments for life. So unless you can impeach them, which you do not have the numbers to do in the Senate, then you're stuck. They get to sit there until 1, they die on the bench, or 2, they decide they do want to retire for real this time. But they are well within their legal rights to do this. But Tillis had other warnings. Trump has weighed in with frustration on the rapid speed at which Senate Democrats have used the final weeks of their majority to ram through as many Biden judicial nominees as possible, demanding the Senate confirm no judges until he takes office. Tillis finished his statement by demanding a Senate Judiciary Committee investigation and warned that Trump's Justice Department would try to force Judge Wynn's recusal from future cases. So, instead of accepting the fact that these judges have decided to unretire, or not retire, rescind their retirement, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. They're not going anywhere. So Tillis is like, well, then we're just going to weaponize the DOJ. We're going to weaponize the Senate Judiciary Committee, and we're just going to make your life hell. At least he's being honest about it, right? I mean, silver lining there, he's like, okay, well, if you're not going to do what we want, then we're just going to screw you over as much as we can by abusing our power. That's a pretty dumb thing to admit. It takes a very dumb person to openly admit that, or a very arrogant person. And in the case of Tom Tillis, I think it's a little bit of both, right? That combination of stupidity and arrogance is what is going to be the hallmark of the next Senate, the next House, and of course, the White House. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.